like, I think one program that I've noticed. Well, actually, let me talk about this, right? So yeah, we're talking about TV, but you could also argue that it's contemporary to the times, right? Because like I spoke to you about this with Modern Family, right? Mm-hmm. So Modern Family was probably it probably originally got praise because it was a diverse cast. Like it's a show, if you guys don't know of it, it's like a sitcom in America. Like it's on Netflix if you want to watch. And basically it's the story is like a mockumentary on a reality TV show, but it follows the lives of 3 families that are all connected by like, how do I explain this? So like it's
the dad. It's the one dad who has his family, and he has a daughter, and it's the daughter's family and the son's family.
Yeah, so there's one family that's like connected, and then it's their partners and their partners' children. Yeah. So it's like 3 different families, but they're all connected by one like line of family. Yeah. And so that was really random.
One line of family.
Like, do you know what I mean? And like basically one of the families have a same-sex relationship, and like they have a daughter that's adopted. Another family, I'm talking about Phil now, like he's like a very feminine man, and that narrative, I guess, wasn't really shown that much on TV, so everyone applauded their comedy, like applauded their show. However, the show is based on stereotypes.
Yeah,
like,
it absolutely is.
Do you know what I mean?
Even still within, what are they called? Phil and Mitch?
Yeah, Phil and Mitch.
Phil and Mitch. Which one's which?
Mitch is the ginger guy.
Right, okay. Even so, there's still like that whole, well, one's the husband, one's the wife type of like dynamic in there, which is not. They're 2 gay men. Neither one of them is the wife, but Phil is the one. Mitch is the ginger one.
Yeah,
right?
no, Mitch is in the same-sex relationship, but I find it like interesting how you say that, because I've been watching like back and forth with old episodes. Yeah. And in it, so like they would explore that narrative, say like calling out discriminatory behavior from external people when they criticize one person being more father-like and one person being more mother-like. However, they'll say it whilst one character is literally holding a baby with a pram, and then like is dressed in a different outfit.
I was watching an episode like last night, and he was crying because he just wanted to be like the stay-at-home trophy housewife that he called himself, something like that. And I was just like, and then the other one was like, I just want to go back to work and do my job. And it's such a...
It's weird, isn't it? Because like it again, it shows you how contemporary at the times. Because I was watching, so the episodes...
I feel like it's also just so that the audience can be like, cool, well, I know that they're gay, but that one's the husband and that one's the wife, so we can still accept it and it's fine.
But do you think that's like sort of like, that could be argued as introducing slowly to the narrative?
No, like it... Do you mean to the audience?
Yeah.
Like introducing like LGBT relationships?
Yeah.
Or, like it is back in the times, but I feel like that's not...
It's just a shit representation of it.
I think this is literally what we're discussing. It's like that, I get it, so I appreciate that they introduced it, but at the same time, that's not a realistic representation of a gay person, because they might want to stay at home with the kids sometimes, and then they might want to go to work. It's not so... And that's the thing, if we transferred that over to... a male and female relationship, then if they did that, everyone would be kicking off. Like, why just because she's a woman doesn't mean that she's gonna cry over the fact that she doesn't get to stay home with the kids. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's interesting because it's like, so you really see the difference in the change of seasons. Yeah. So like,
because it's like 15 seasons.
Yeah, there's like 12 seasons, and at the start there's a lot. I mean, there is racism, there's stereotyping, there's everything. Yeah. However, I remember I was watching an episode. It was like season 7, so later on in the season, and so Lily, she's Vietnamese, and she's grown up now, so like she can talk and she's like just whatever, and she's she makes Cam makes a comment about something. So Lily just goes, "Daddy, that's racist." Do you know what I mean? And like, even calling, it was like she was able to call him out, but how much of the sort of aftermath is shown also in the representation? Like, is it like, oh, I called you out and now I'm done with it? Or is it like I call you out, let's explore why this was wrong? Yeah. But then again, as a bloody 8-year-old, how do you have that language?
Yeah. But I feel like it would have been up to the dad to be like, to kind of check himself and discuss with
exactly
yeah.
But then in season 11 you see how it changes. Like Cam is a like gay man, but he also is the captain of a football team, right?
I've no idea. I'm like still in season 1.
Oh no, I've watched so many episodes. And he's the captain of the football team, and he is criticizing locker room talk, but also in a way that some locker room talk. Oh, it's weird. I don't want to say that. He's criticizing in a way that like you can't speak like this and you shouldn't hurt others, but also talking about this sensitivity issue. And it's really interesting how he was chosen to explore those narratives, because it was like someone from a marginalized community has also obviously the insight to explore this, but also that means that they have the fact that that was the person who showed it on the TV. I don't know if that was a good idea, because it was like, oh, that's my idea, now I speak for everyone. It's sort of monetized. Like, for my opinion, it just made me think that it sort of made it seem that it was a monetized issue. Like, you know how external forces could say to marginalized communities, oh, it's just this culture. Yeah. That's not true. We're multifaceted. We are three-dimensional. So maybe if the storyline was more accepting and didn't allow him to dismiss other people and sort of push them aside for being sensitive, it would have been more impactful. You know,
I totally get that. Well, I was just about to say, so something I considered with Eric in Sex Education is that I feel like they did a good and a bad job of portraying him as a three-dimensional character. Okay. So they obviously at the beginning he's kind of like the comedic relief character. He's funny. He's that, which is a stereotype of black men often. But then obviously, you know, you add the fact that he's then like a gay character, which is great. And they show him, I think, as a bit more of a three-dimensional character through like him having like his own kind of story to do with that, and like you know, like the story of his family coming to like accept like who he is and stuff. But then I don't know, for example, you go to his house and there's the stereotype of like black people having like loads and loads of kids, and there's like all of his like 16 siblings, and like his dad is like the stoic like angry black man that like doesn't accept gay people. And then to be fair, afterwards, like further in...
Yeah, I cried on that last episode when they hugged and he was wearing the ghillie.
Yeah.
I was crying.
there is that, so it does, I guess, subvert it a little bit, but he's still very much like... It's like, I guess I'll accept you, you are my son type of thing, but like, you know, you didn't need to portray the father as that from the start. Like, I guess it does help the storyline, but... Can't we have different storylines? Couldn't we have a storyline where he was completely accepted by his family, and maybe there was like a different issue that like he struggled with? Do you know what I mean? Like, because that I guess that is, I don't know.
I like the fact that I'm hearing your opinion, and I like the fact that like it's different to mine, because now it makes me question of, oh, maybe this wasn't right, maybe that wasn't right. I think with Eric, I did. It's weird. I'm assuming you didn't watch season 2 then? No, because you found it boring. No fair. So like with season 1, I
don't know if he has like if you know if it changes throughout the show.
I mean, it does. Okay. But like in season 1, one thing that I guess I disagree with you with is like he had already come out. He'd already come out. Maybe it wasn't his. Maybe his parents wasn't as his father wasn't as accepting from the jump, but seeing his transparency might have made other black queer people feel comfort, because it's like I'm not alone, especially navigating like the way that they sort of brought in the church and brought in I guess community and black culture. I think we were able to see, like, let's say all the white people that watched that show, they were able to also learn that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, like, I do remember there was this one line, and it was really, like, just shook me. Mm-hmm. So, well, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the show, but basically he got attacked on a night out because he was dressing more feminine presenting.
Yeah.
And he'd come home and he'd been distraught. And yes, you want to be met with comfort and nurture, but the dad was like, if this is the life that you are, then you need to be more brave.
Yeah.
And like that was really shaking, because it's like yes and no. It's like I shouldn't have to feel brave exploring my sexuality or wearing clothes that that like don't relate to gender. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I remember
I should just explore that.
Yeah.
But also it was
like
very insightful.
you should like I think in this current world, which is to be fair changing quite a bit, still a little bit, you kind of will have to, but it shouldn't be like that. Like you might have to, but it shouldn't be like that. Yeah.
And like I think that's why I guess it's weird, like now that you said that, it kind of makes me think that season 1 was the base and season 2 is the...
That is very possible.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like
Maybe...
they could have, it's like for sure. That's the thing, it's like I can't say because...
You haven't watched?
I haven't watched the whole thing.
I'm happy that you also were met, because the thing is, you're like actor.
But like,
do you know what I mean?
and I was also going to say like a season, like fair play, but a season is a very, very long time to like kind of like...
explore.
Yeah, exactly.
Because do you know what actually prompted me to think of this discussion? You know, I forgot, what's the guy's name? There's this he's also another black character. He's
in the same show.
In the same show, he fancies Maeve.
Is he the...
No, he's going out with Maeve. Jason, no.
Yeah, the athlete.
Yeah, the athlete.
Yeah.
So he actually came into my mind first off when I was discussing this narrative exchange.
Okay.
In the second season, you're able to see him explore his relationship with pressure and control and mental health, and that vulnerability within black men isn't portrayed. Yeah. So the way that they handled that in a relation that was athletes, like we are aware of the pressure of young athletes, like if it's not our friend, it's our cousin. If it's not our cousin, it's someone we were at school with. Yeah. And the fact that it wasn't obviously everything in life is racialized, but it wasn't about race then. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It was just this black boy who was dealing with anxiety and his control and all of these other factors. He was just being it. He wasn't. It wasn't a narrative that was necessary.
I guess couldn't he have been a mathematician?
True.
Like, do you know what I mean? I feel like...
But there are... I guess... Because that's the thing. Because it's a limited cast and because there's only certain members, it's like, they want maybe to do one person from one... one click.
Why couldn't...
You know?
Why couldn't... I don't know what the actor is called, but
that's going to annoy me. I'm going to get it.
Why couldn't he have been the main character?
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, why couldn't he... They've literally switched out the two actors for the different... I mean, obviously...
Yeah.
Is he called, like, Azza? He's obviously, like, well-known in his own right, so fair enough, they put him as the lead. But do you know what I mean?
He's been in bare shit. He's been in Fair Boy. He's been... I was looking at his fucking IMDb. I was like, raw boy. Like, what?
He's a very good actor as well.
So his name's Jackson, the person that I'm talking about.
Yeah, why...
This Jackson, his name's Kedar Williams.
Yeah, why couldn't have Jackson been in his position?
True.
Do you know what I mean? And
True.
I feel like sometimes the people in power, the producers, they need to look at subverting these stereotypes. I know that they're trying to like create authentic characters, but I feel like sometimes they just ever so slightly miss the mark, and I'm very grateful that they are, people are still trying to, but maybe if they had me and you in the room and we had this discussion over the writing table, and then they were like, we could have kind of changed
those narratives.
Yeah, change the narratives.
Because, you're completely right, and I'm actually kind of happy that you didn't like sex education, because I don't think this conversation could have explored the range as it could, as it has. So no, I'm really happy about that. Thank you.